Narrated Asma. I came to Aisha while she was praying and said to her, "What has happened to the people?" She pointed out towards the sky. I looked towards the mosque and saw the people offering the prayer. Aisha said, "Subhanallah." I said to her, "Is there a sign?" She nodded with her head, meaning, "Yes." I, too, then stood for the prayer of eclipse till I became nearly unconscious, and later on I poured water on my head. After the prayer, the Prophet praised and glorified Allah and then said, "Just now at this place I have seen what I have never seen before, including paradise and hell. No doubt it has been inspired to me that you will be put to trials in your graves, and these trials will be like the trials of Masih ad-Dajjal or nearly like it." The sub-narrator is not sure which expression Asma used. You will be asked, "What do you know about this man, the Prophet Muhammad?" Then the faithful believer, or Asma, said a similar word, will reply, "He is Muhammad, Allah's messenger, who had come to us with clear evidences and guidance, and so we accepted his teachings and followed him. And he is Muhammad." And he will repeat it thrice. Then the angels will say to him, "Sleep in peace, as we have come to know that you were a faithful believer." On the other hand, a hypocrite or a doubtful person will reply, "I do not know, but I heard the people saying something, and so I said it." The same.
حدثنا موسى بن إسماعيل قال حدثنا وهيب قال حدثنا هشام عن فاطمة عن أسماء قالت: أتيت عائشة وهي تصلي فقلت: ما شأن الناس؟ فأشارت إلى السماء فإذا الناس قيام، فقال: سبحان الله. قلت: آية؟ فأشارت برأسها نعم، فقمت حتى تجلياني الغشذ، فجعلت أصب على رأسي الماء، فحمد الله عز وجل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وأثنى عليه، ثم قال: ما من شوء لم أكن أريته الذي رأيته في مقامي حتى الجنة والنار، فأوحي إلي أنكم تفتنون في قبوركم مثل أو قريبا لا أدري ذلك. قالت أسماء: من فتنة المسيح الدجال. يقال: ما علمك بهذا الرجل؟ فأما المؤمن أو الموقن لا أدري بأيهما. قالت أسماء: فيقول: هو محمد رسول الله جاءنا بالبينات والهدى، فأجبنا واتبعنا. هو محمد ثلاثا، فيقال: نم صالحا، قد علمنا إن كنت لموقنا به. وأما المنافق أو المرتاب لا أدري ذلك. قالت أسماء: فيقول: لا أدري، سمعت الناس يقولون شيئا فقلته.
Narrated Abu Jamra. I was an interpreter between the people and Ibn Abbas. Once Ibn Abbas said that a delegation of the tribe of Abdul Qais came to the Prophet, who asked them, "Who are the people, AEU? Or who are the delegates?" They replied, "We are from the tribe of Rabi'ah." Then the Prophet said to them, "Welcome, O people," or said, "O delegation of Abdul Qais. Neither will you have disgrace, nor will you regret." They said, "We have come to you from a distant place, and there is the tribe of the infidels of Madar intervening between you and us, and we cannot come to you except in the sacred month. So please order us to do something good, religious deeds, and that we may also inform our people whom we have left behind, at home, and that we may enter paradise by acting on them." The Prophet ordered them to do 4 things, and forbade them from 4 things. He ordered them to believe in Allah alone, the Honorable, the Majestic, and said to them, "Do you know what is meant by believing in Allah alone?" They replied, "Allah and His Apostle know better." Thereupon the Prophet said, "That means to testify that none has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and that Muhammad is His Apostle, to offer prayers perfectly, to pay zakat, to observe fasts during the month of Ramadan, and to pay al-Khumus, 1/5 of the booty, to be given in Allah's cause." Then he forbade them 4 things, namely ad-duba, hantam, musafat, and an-nakar or makayar. These were the names of pots in which alcoholic drinks used to be prepared. The Prophet further said, "Memorize them, these instructions, and tell them to the people whom you have left behind."
حدثنا محمد بن بشار قال حدثنا غندر قال حدثنا شعبة عن أبي جمرة قال: كنت أترجم بين ابن عباس وبين الناس، فقال: إن وفد عبد القيس أتوا النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم، فقال: من الوفد أو من القوم؟ قالوا: ربيعة. فقال: مرحبا بالقوم أو بالوفد، غير خزايا ولا أندام. قالوا: إن نأتيك من شقة بعيدة، وبيننا وبينك هذا الحو من كفار مضر، ولا نستطيع أن نأتيك الليل في شهر حرام، فمرنا بأمر نخبر به من وراءنا ندخل به الجنة. فأمرهم ب4: ونهاهم عن 4 أمرهم بالإيمان بالله عز وجل وحده. قال: هل تدرون ما الإيمان بالله وحده؟ قالوا: الله ورسوله أعلم. قال: شهادة أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمدا رسول الله، وإقام الصلاة، وإيتاء الزكاة، وصوم رمضان، وتعطوا الخمس من المغنم. ونهاهم عن الدباء والحنتم والمزفة. قال شعبة: ربما قال النقير، وربما قال المقير. قال: احفظوه وأخبروه من وراءكم.
Narrated Abdullah bin Abi Malaika. Uqba bin al-Harith said that he had married the daughter of Abi Ihab bin Aziz. Later on, a woman came to him and said, I have suckled, nursed, Uqba and the woman whom he married, his wife, at my breast. Uqba said to her, Neither I knew that you have suckled, nursed me, nor did you tell me. Then he rode over to see Allah's messenger at Medina and asked him about it. Allah's messenger said, How can you keep her as a wife when it has been said that she is your foster sister? Then Uqba divorced her, and she married another man.
حدثنا محمد بن مقاتل أبو الحسن قال: أخبرنا عبد الله قال: أخبرنا عمر بن سعيد بن أبي حسين قال: حدثني عبد الله بن أبي مليكة عن عقبة بن الحارث أنه تزوج ابنة لأبي إيهاب بن عزيز، فأتته امرأة فقالت: إني قد أرضعت عقبة والتي تزوج بها. فقال لها عقبة: ما أعلم أنك ارضعتني ولا أخبرتني. فركب إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بالمدينة فسأله، فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: كيف وقد قيل؟ ففارقها عقبة ونكحت زوجا غيره.
Narrated Umar. My Ansari neighbor from Bani Umayyah bin Zayd, who used to live at Awali al-Medina and used to visit the Prophet by turns. He used to go one day, and I another day. When I went, I used to bring the news of that day regarding the divine inspiration and other things, and when he went, he used to do the same for me. Once my Ansari friend, in his turn, on returning from the Prophet, knocked violently at my door and asked if I was there. I became horrified and came out to him. He said, Today a great thing has happened. I then went to Hafsa and saw her weeping. I asked her, Did Allah's messenger divorce you all? She replied, I do not know. Then I entered upon the Prophet and said while standing, Have you divorced your wives? The Prophet replied in the negative. On that I said, Allahu Akbar, Allah is greater. See Hadith number 119, volume 3 for details.
حدثنا أبو اليمان أخبرنا شعيب عن الزهري قال: أبو عبد الله وقال ابن وهب أخبرنا يونس عن ابن شهاب عن عبيد الله بن عبد الله بن أبي ثور عن عبد الله بن عباس عن عمر قال: كنت أنا وجار لي من الأنصار في بني أمية بن زيد، وهت من عوالي المدينة، وكنا نتناوب النزول على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم، ينزل يوما وأنزل يوما، فإذا نزلت جئته بخبر ذلك اليوم من الوحت وغيره، وإذا نزل فعل مثل ذلك. فنزل صاحب الأنصاري يوم نوبته فضرب بابي ضربا شديدا، فقال: أثم هو؟ ففزعت فخرجت إليه فقال: قد حدث أمر عظيم. قال: فدخلت على حفصة فإذا هي تبكي، فقلت: طلقكن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم؟ قالت: لا أدري. ثم دخلت على النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقلت وأنا قائم: أطلقت نساءك؟ قال: لا. فقلت: الله أكبر.
Narrated Abu Mas'ud al-Ansari. Once a man said to Allah's messenger, O Allah's messenger, I may not attend the compulsory congregational prayer because so and so, the Imam, prolongs the prayer when he leads us for it. The narrator added, I never saw the Prophet more furious in giving advice than he was on that day. The Prophet said, O people, some of you make others dislike good deeds, the prayers. So whoever leads the people in prayer should shorten it, because among them there are the sick, the weak, and the needy, having some jobs to do.
حدثنا محمد بن كثير قال: أخبرنا سفيان عن ابن أبي خالد عن قيس بن أبي حازم عن أبي مسعود الأنصاري قال: قال رجل: يا رسول الله، لا أكاد أدرك الصلاة مما يطول بنا فلايا، فما رأيت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في موعظة أشد غضبا من يومئذ، فقال: أيها الناس، إنكم منفرون، فمن صلى بالناس فليخفف، فإن فيهم المريض والضعيف وذا الحاجة.